Hello everybody. Today we're going to be working on a Canon AE-1 camera. This camera basically has a distinct mirror mechanism squeal and A unit squeal. So we're going to disassemble the camera, lubricate those points, and I believe I have already a video without any narrative regarding the process, but in this particular video basically gonna go step by step and explain what I'm doing, so it makes more sense to the viewer. So we're gonna basically confirm that that's the case. Okay, there's a slight mirror mechanism squeal. Also, here's the A unit. We're gonna test the A unit. You can clearly hear the lack of lubrication there too. So we're going to take it all apart, lubricate it, put it back together. Okay, so that's basically what we'll do today. So we'll start by disassembling the bottom cover. And top cover. Remove the film door and remove the battery. This process is pretty involved, so it's going to basically require us desoldering quite a few wires from the top cover and then removing the front panel. It's not the most difficult job when it comes to this model. The most difficult is probably, or labor consuming, is probably replacement of the shutter mechanism or a sprocket, film sprocket, because basically requires complete disassembly of both shutter as well as disassembly of the winding mechanism. So this is probably about 3 on a scale of 1 to 5 difficulty wise with this camera. Okay, I think we're good to go here. So top cover's out. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. Put a little bit of a solution here on this leather red to soften it up so we can remove it slightly when we're ready to remove the front panel. So otherwise it can be damaged if it's not soft enough. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so all the wires that we have to desolder are desoldered, at least from the main circuit board. So now we're going to remove the viewfinder here, 2 screws on top. Support plate for the board. I'll put a little more solvent here to soften it up even more. Alright, so 2 screws on the back. One on the front, 2 on the top. All right, so now let's try to remove this leatherette a little bit. See, there we go. It's much easier this way. Came out nicely without any really significant force applied to it. We've got a screw here that we'll remove shortly. Then we've got this side to work on. Same thing. And so we're going to remove this back cover because there's 3 wires that we'll have to desolder as well before we take the front panel out. Okay. There you are, green, red, and black. So let's remove those. So now we've got just 2 screws remaining holding the front panel. 1 and 2. Okay, still stuck here, but it's out of the back side of the body. All right, carefully, we're gonna remove the front. Okay, we're gonna put the body back And pretty much there's your front panel. All right, we can try. This is basically the AE unit. It controls automatic aperture priority. See, it does squeal and it will need to be lubricated. So this is our mirror mechanism that doesn't squeal now, but we'll take care of it anyways. And this is the aperture magnet that will clean as well. Okay, so we'll start with lubrication first. Let's try the aperture. Okay, absolutely perfect. And let's go ahead and commence this cleaning. Seems to be pretty clean. There's no obvious signs of dirt, but it wouldn't hurt just to go over it once. All right, looks okay here. So we'll also clean the A unit's contacts here, silver contacts. Okay, everything looks to be okay. Okay, perfect. So we'll put this one aside and let's take a look at our shutter. See if we can clean the battery contacts here. And we'll put a couple of drops of oil on the shutter bearings here as well. Okay, drop here, drop here. Okay, it's charging, no problem. Perfect, so pretty much is ready to be put together. Okay, so the front panel is in. I do want to confirm that mechanically it is engaging with the shutter. Before I put it all back together, I'll wind it. I'll release it from the magnet, and yes, Mechanically, we're good. Not sure about the electronic part yet. Hopefully nothing got affected by it. So we'll put it all together and test it electronically. All right. Three wires, green, red, and black. Okay, so I'll start by reinserting the main board back into its position here. Viewfinder, a couple of screws here. Tighten up this. Pretty much this plate serves as a support plate and a grounding of the main circuit board to the body of the camera, so it's very critical to make sure it's fully tightened. All right, so let's solder back those wires. Again, there was nothing wrong with the camera. There was no issues. Just a standard basic lubrication of the necessary components. I wouldn't call it a standard overhaul, but it's part of the standard overhaul. Okay, 2 screws in the back. Everything looks right. So let's clean our shutter contacts here, just since we're already here. Okay, so before we put the top cover back on, let's run a quick test of the electronics to make sure everything is still operational. Is your bulb. All right, so let's test one more speed and we'll start putting the top cover back. All right, looks good. Let's reposition it back. Okay, here's the top cover. Secure it with a single screw for now. And we'll verify the metering. I did test the light meter before, as well as shutter speed accuracy. So everything was in order. Just gonna make sure that that is still the case, so we don't have to reopen it again. Everything is on target as it was, so we'll continue putting everything back together. All right. Since we're here, I'm gonna clean the shutter magnet. It is absolutely fine, it's clean, but it wouldn't hurt just to be on a safe side. And our bottom plate. Be a little tricky here, it wants to come out. There we go. All right, so the last step would be just doing external cleaning and cleaning out the mirror and the viewfinder, and we should be done with the camera. Perfect, okay. So carefully blow some particles from this area here. And that's it. All right, and that'll do it for us. Thank you for watching.